Hello, everybody. I'm here right on time. I'm feeling very special about myself today. Let me write in my hello. Okay. So, got some fun things to think about today and some fun things to talk about. Busy Pat and Melissa, hello, dear ladies. Busy Pat, what a beautiful wedding, hon. What a gorgeous wedding. Y'all made it such a special day. And the picture of you lacing up your daughter's gown, oh my God, that is just too beautiful. Too beautiful. So, and hello, Miss Melissa. Are you getting ready for the retreat? I've already started packing, hon. I've already started packing. That was a very special day. It's so nice when you have such lovely memories that you can make that you'll never forget all that stuff. That's amazing. So I'm tickled for you, and I'm tickled for your lovely daughter and how wonderful your son looked taking her down the aisle. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Oh, good job. Good job, Melissa. I hope that your foster girl will do very well and be adopted soon to a real forever home. Hi, Patty. How is Maine today? It's chilly here, so it's got to be chilly in Maine today. Oh, and I want to ask you a question, Melissa. Somebody told me that they had adopted, or somebody told me about somebody else who'd adopted a Great Dane. And I'm very concerned that this Great Dane was not bred by a reputable breeder, if you know what I mean. And the last about a week or so, maybe two ago, the Great Dane grabbed the little girl who's about 7 or 8 by her arms and dragged her around the yard. To me, that's scary. And I know that some Great Danes that haven't been bred well can be a problem. And they're going to keep the dog, but I'm very concerned. I'd like to get your opinion. It was a great day, Busy Pat. Um, yes, your Callie, Melissa, your Callie foster dog was a handful, wasn't she? I admire you for doing that. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of work and a lot of love that you tried to give that girl who hopefully it'll pay off in her future life. And Michelle is here. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Isn't it nice to have Pat from for North Carolina back? Isn't that nice? I am so glad she's back. We missed her. And she's already been busy on the site. She was supposed to take at least a week off, maybe two. Because I tell you, after I do something exciting, I got to take a break. Got to take a break. I dropped the shades, but you can still see the sunlight is coming in through the little cord slots. So it looks like I've got. Okay, let's see what Melissa would say. Working with a trainer? Oh, good idea. Now, these people live on over on the Eastern Shore somewhere. I'm trying not to say too much. Don't want to get somebody in trouble, but okay. So I will recommend then, and that's good. Very good. Good. Yeah, we had a greyhound one time that bit a child on top of the head. And I rehomed it immediately because the child was just 2 or 3, and the child was just walking past the greyhound. The greyhound wasn't feeling trapped. And I just thought, I'm not taking that kind of responsibility. So luckily we found a new home for it. Well, the only thing I'm worried about, Melissa, is are they going to work on a resolution? So I'm hoping they will. I'm hoping that kind of stuff scares me. So Patty, it's a windy 46. You hear what is Melissa? I think it's only going to be like 57 here today, but I know it was chilly this morning. Good point. Because you know what? If you're not there, you don't know what the child did or didn't do. So, and the child could have been giving off something. You just dogs sense things that we don't sense. So good. I hope they will too. I had a friend one time years ago that had a wolf hybrid, and it grabbed her 4-year-old son by the neck. And she was complaining because she didn't want to have to rehome it. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Number one, you have a wolf hybrid. That's a problem. Number two, it grabbed your son by the neck. I mean, thank God you were there, but you might not be right there next time. So I'm not for adopting exotic breeds. I just think that's trouble. It's going to be down to 36 here tonight. Yeah, almost frost time. I have a few plants I'd like to get in before frost, so I guess I better watch it. Watch the temperatures. So, I've got some exciting news to tell you. My son, Kenzie. Oh, Kenzie's here. Hello, Kenzie. Hi, sweetie. I wish I could hear Kenzie. Maybe we'll have to find a way that we could all chat. I just tried something this week, and that's part of the exciting news I have to tell you. I tried Google Hangout. So maybe we could do like, I don't know, Friday evening hangout because that way I get to see all your faces and we get to talk. So consider it. I don't know how many people could join in at once, but we'll still do these Sunday things. But maybe if we just want to chat and say hi sometime. So I'll keep talking about that and we'll see what we can do. But it was fun. So why did I try Google Hangout? You might want to know. Well, my son called me last Monday. We're starting a new habit where I was afraid to call him because he is being a performer and a teacher. He's all on different kinds of schedules. He might work till 2 a.m. And so I never know when to call him. So he started now, usually on Monday around noon is a good time for him to call. And I've been loving it because I got so nervous before. He's such a sweetheart that I was afraid he wasn't telling me when he had to go. And so I'd get so nervous and flustered. But anyway, so this past Monday he called and he said they were going to go out of state for her side every year. The family, as many family members as they can get together, rent a huge house out in Utah. And he said, this weekend, we're going to do the gender reveal because, my son and his wife are pregnant and they're going to do a gender reveal. So we got talking about it. And at the end of the conversation, I said, haven't I been good? Because I haven't even asked what it is. And he found out. He didn't want to keep it a surprise. So he found out, and that way he could do the gender reveal activity. And his wife didn't know. Nobody knew except I think her sister. And he said, well, do you want to know? And I could hear that little excitement in his voice. So I said yes. And he told me, and I got all choked up. It's like when you find the gender, the baby becomes real. You start to picture that baby. So I had to keep the secret all week. Couldn't, let my daughters know. And I did tell Mark, but, he's good. He keeps secrets real well. And so he said, I'll tell you what we'll do. Because he said they were going to have the gender reveal when they were in Utah with all the family. I said, I wish there was a way that we could be there too. I wish that there was some way that we could like Skype or something. So he said, let me work on it because he's an electronics wizard. You know, he has a recording studio in his home and he records musicians. And so he is so good with all that electronic stuff. So he said, let me see if I can work on it. And he did. And how he revealed it is he made a video and he had a boy and a girl and they look like, except they were in color, but they look like the figures they use on restroom signs. And they both came out and then the girl, whoop, kind of disappeared off the screen and the boy was left. And then the song that was playing was The Boys Are Back in Town. And so I'm so excited. I'm going to be grandma to another boy. And I couldn't be more excited. And they've named him Russell Miguel Herrera Johnson. So I'm so excited. Her family was originally from the Philippines, and it's amazing how many Spanish names there are. And Mark told me something about the Spanish had, occupied the Philippines for a while. But anyway, I love it. So what they did is they took a name from each father and put it together for their little boy. And I'm so excited. Oh, you had an Uncle Russell. Well, they said they're probably going to call him Gus Gus. Evidently, Gus Gus is a family name, but I'm very excited. And you'll know I was a very good girl because the ex was in on the hangout. I was a very good girl. Kept my mouth shut. The things I'll do for my children. But I got to tell you, it's so cute. Mark hooked this camera up to the big screen TV in our living room. It's like 55 inches. It's not big, but it's pretty big. He hooked this camera up there, and he had to do all kinds of stuff so that we could get the Google Hangout to come up, and then we could be seen. And I made a sign, a blue sign that says, "It's a boy," and welcome little baby Herrera Johnson. We love you, Nana and Grandpa. So that is after they did the reveal, I held up our sign. So I said, please don't let me forget and hold that up before they do the reveal. But the family there, Chris would translate because they couldn't really see us. It was on his laptop. And, but it was so nice but all the families were there. I just thought this little baby is going to be the most loved baby in the whole world. The most loved baby. Thank you, Miss Michelle. And I will definitely let him know. So anyway, today I've got a couple things to talk about. And if I look a little odd, I slept on my neck funny and I've got a little crick in my neck. It kind of hurts to look that way. Oh, I got to show you something. Once again this week, I have been very bad at videoing. I did do a little bit on my frame, but I've got to rig up some way that y'all can see better. Because sitting and watching from a distance while somebody does frame quilting just doesn't seem to work for me. All right. So the first thing I'm going to show you, I did not video making this, I'm sorry. But I don't know if I need to. I'm looking so pale on this today. I don't know what that's about. But I'm doing a block of the month at a local shop. And we're using the Tucker trimmer. Whoops, I don't know if you can. No, that doesn't help either. But it's a Tucker trimmer that we're using. And it really does work. To me, honestly, this is just another tool to have to mess with. And I probably shouldn't say that, but I have my own ways to make half square, quarter square, triangles, and I don't know. I mean, it's great. It's great if you like rulers and need that security. It's absolutely wonderful. But for me, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, I got to do this. But anyway, But it does give you a way to make, different things that might be a little easier. So we were supposed to make one of these 3 blocks this time. And I decided I love that sunshine and shadow look of that first block, this one right here. So now I'll show you what I made. And I actually made this the day before the meeting. Wasn't that good? Sometimes I'm making it right as I run out the door. So here it is. And I thought those colors were pretty. You know how I love my teals. So there's my block for this month. Wow. Okay. So I did get it done. And I was supposed to go to the 2:00 meeting. And I thought I was trying to get ready on time. Got up, took a shower, washed my hair first thing in the morning so I'd be ready at 2:00. And I was getting this done and that done. And all of a sudden went, oh, time to get ready to go. Got in the car and realized it was 10 after 2 already. While I was in the car, I was all dressed up, nowhere to go, but I can't stand to walk in that late. I would have been 20 minutes late, and I hate that. So I went to the library, went and got my hair cut, did other things, and then I said, I'll go to the final meeting for this month, because they have 4 meetings, 2 on Tuesday and 2 on Thursday. I got in the car this time, it was 6:05. I'm like, Deb, how could you do that twice in one day? So when I go there and I'm late, I don't allow myself to sign in for the door prize. That's my incentive to get there on time. And she knows when I come in late, don't even bother to ask if I want my name in the door prize, because I'm going to say, no, I don't deserve it. Was I raised Catholic? No. It sounds like it, though. I was consistent. Thank you, Bonnie. Oh, Pat, yeah, I love those colors. In fact, speaking of colors, let me show, oops, hold on. Okay. I've had people say, what color is your room? So here is the color for my room. Whoops, it's not, okay. It's the middle one, Destiny 5003 5B. And this is a Valspar paint. So this is the color of my room. Now, Destiny is the name of it. It's by Valspar. But this, I got to tell you, redoing this room was the best thing I ever did. And it ended up costing me probably about $800. And I know that sounds high. I needed 2 gallons of paint, so that was about $80. But it was the laminate floor. Because this room, I remeasured, and it's over 13 by like 20. So it's a bigger room than I said in my room tour. And so we got the laminate for it. But I went to Home Depot and got the laminate for 99 cents a square foot, and it has been wonderful. I just am very careful not to get it wet. I vacuumed upstairs today and cleaned the kitchen and ran the dishwasher and forgot I hadn't even had anything to drink. So I had to grab another Coke because I had that little shaky feeling there. Okay. So, and now while I'm here, Miss Bonnie has been a mailing genius, and she has mailed some fabric. And I was bringing this down to put it in my prize file. And I thought, I'm going to show you ladies, because I've had a couple ladies in the last week sign up to be on our group, and I'm tickled. So we have a partial, these are called, what are these things called? They're not the layer cake, charms. I have a partial charm pack, gorgeous browns and turquoises. And look at this stripe. I have fallen in love with stripes. So that's quite beautiful. So anyway, this is going to be one of our prizes. And I've got my eyeballs on one of these, or was it? No, it was one of the patterns. I've got a stack of patterns over there. She has set fabric and patterns. And this, if you love Pat Sloan, There's a wonderful Pat Sloan applique book. And you know what I think I'm going to do? The next prize, I think I'm going to give you a choice. And you can choose. And that way, Charm Pack, thank you, Bonnie. And that way, you can choose so that you know you'll get a book that you would really use. Some people aren't applique people. But, and this one is Jan Cornfine. Fine. And I love this one. It has a lot of the, kind of the folk art country look. We got the Pat Sloan layer cake. Now, how many of you have pre-cuts and don't know what to do with them? This is wonderful because I don't see how many it has, but 7 patterns to use with layer cakes. So that's a good thing. And then this one, oh my God, this is so cute. It's going to be hard for me to let this go. 6 wall hangings by Tracy McKay. And I will show you the front and back. I mean, precious. So, so, so cute. Look at the back. Look at that snowman one. Oh my gosh. Is that cute? And look at this beehive. I mean, that is the cutest beehive. So, I will be doing another, I'll let you know when I do another giveaway. And make sure that, oh, and while I have it, can I tell y'all a secret? You won't tell anybody else, will you? Well, I did this room a year ago because it was when Mark took his bicycle trip last October, and he came home and I had it painted. I was just so proud of myself, almost finished painting. Well, to clean the room out so I could paint, I packed stuff in containers. I have 2 of these baskets, and both of them had been in my laundry room for 1 year, and I hadn't even unpacked them. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I tell y'all my secrets because you know what? I'll let you know when I do something good, but I'm also going to let you know when I don't. So this basket is from the Free Trade, hand woven in Ghana. And I love this. I have 2 of them, and they have leather wrapped around the handle. This was $35, and this is a big basket. But I was going to say, if you ever see these and get a chance to buy them, the women in Ghana who make these get fair trade, get a fair value for their work, and they're able to support their families. So it's a good thing. But I love those baskets. And what I do is I use them to go upstairs, and I put things in it I need upstairs. And then when I'm upstairs, I put things in it that I need to bring downstairs. Because I'm not real fond of just going up and down willy-nilly. So I tend to be a little lazy that way. So now let me see what you're saying, and then I'll show you the status of my Jenny Beyer Kyoto Block of the Month. There's only one more month left in the mystery, and I'm going to miss it. And I'm all caught up. Can you believe it? I'm so proud of myself. All right. See, I do tell you when I do good. I couldn't believe it. I finally said, I miss those baskets. And I said, well, go get them and clean them out. I mean, hello. You're unstitching your turtle. Oh, the quilt behind me. Yes, I thought while I had that wonderful stand there, I would look through my quilts and pull out something you haven't seen before. So, okay, let's see. That quilt behind me, I'm trying to remember the pattern name, and I don't. I took that class at maybe my first Myrtle Beach quilt party I went to. And it's a kaleidoscope. And y'all are probably going to want me to bring it here, aren't you? Hi, Mariella Barnes. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, wonderful. Oh, in Ghana, wonderful for your church. Very, very good. Well, we are tickled to have you here, Mariella. I love it. I love your name, too. It is on wheels, I know. But I have an old pair of shorts on, and I don't want to get up and let you see them. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn you to the wall so I can go get it. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Hello, thank you. I'm like that. You've heard the rumors about the television journalists who are wearing, pajama pants, down. And I just put on comfortable shorts. So I know it's like, but you forgot to say thanks. And Mariella, I was just showing some good things that our Bonnie sent us for giveaways. And yeah, that's me. Mark says, I can't take you anywhere. And you know what? How do I say this? My mother was always worried what everybody thought of her. She spent so much time constantly worried. Like, she said my whole life, keep the house perfectly clean because you never know when the fire department's going to have to come during the night. They never have. Now, the part about wearing clean underwear all the time because you might have to go to the hospital, I did get thrown off a horse. But it's just she was so concerned her whole life what people thought about her. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing that. My dad was a hoot. My dad was always my favorite. And he didn't care. He was who he was, and he didn't care. And I remember looking at both my parents and thinking, my mother has no fun. My dad's fun. And who do you think I wanted to be? My dad. So he was my role model. All right, this quilt is a kaleidoscope quilt. Kaleidoscopes, for any of you that may be new to quilting, kaleidoscopes are very easy to make. What you have to do, now see the center is a big kaleidoscope, and then all these stars have kaleidoscope centers. And so you decide how many pieces. These are 4-piece centers. And the main thing is to get an area that you buy more fabric than you ever thought you'd need. And you get the same section, the same design in the fabric, and you pin through. And that method I taught you to get perfect seams where you put a pin right through and then put pins on either side? That's what you do. You put a pin right through a specific part of the design that means they are matched up. So you just start layering them. And you layer them and you put the pin through. So each one, you have a cut exactly in the same part of the pattern. And then you put them together. It's amazing. But don't want to scare my birdie, but let me see if I can. Let me move the camera a little closer. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I always feel bad when I mess. Ooh, don't see me that close. I don't want you to see all my wrinkles. There we go. But see that? And it was so easy to do. It was my first time, because this was like 8 or 9 years ago. Whoops. My first time doing kaleidoscopes. And of course, I thought this is going to be hard. And it really wasn't. And it was so cool because they can make a totally different. This one is one of my favorites. I love how the leaves fanned out like that. Oh, you can see it pretty good. Okay, I just glanced at my computer. But look at one. This is only one pattern of fabric that made all these different kaleidoscope designs. Oh, look at this one. I love blues. Actually, you know what? It's showing a different color. It's orange and purple, but it looks, the color's off on this camera. That's what's looking really odd. But this, where it looks blue, it's really purple, an absolute great purple. And then these are orange. And then I got this one up here. So, and then piano keys. Piano keys. I love piano key borders. Oh, here's another. Here's a block with the 4 patterns. That feather just goes around. That one looks a little bit much like a swastika. Sorry about that, but it looks better in person. Is there anything? This is pretty with the red feathers. And I guess that's probably about all I can show you from here. But I love the piano key borders, and I love this inner border of all the bits and pieces. So it's very colorful. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed making this one very much. Wow. Whoa. That's kind of close. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, I look sleepy today, but I'm actually very happy because I have gotten more sleep this weekend. I've decided I have to go to bed at a regular time. No more of this staying up. Have you ever stayed up late and you get to this kind of numb zone? Not good. And it was affecting my mood too much too. So the fireman came to your house in the middle of the night. Wow. That is cute, Melissa. I love that story about the fireman. Yeah, I did notice they got some good looking men working on that fire department. So, oh, you don't have to say thank you, Mariella. Oh, Mariella, I am going to write this down if you want to join our Yahoo group. It's so lovely. The ladies, Bonnie, Busy Pat, Michelle, they all make it such a nice place. So if you want to join our Yahoo group, and that's where you have to be a member of the Yahoo group to join in on the prize giveaways. But you can they put free patterns, free tutorials, just wonderful stuff on there. Oops. I was trying to type and write. So you'll love this, Bonnie. I wrote our time to go. I don't think that's what I meant. Our time to quilt at twc dot. Now see, I should get Bonnie to type all this stuff. She's amazing at it. And I want to ask you ladies a question. I got my new internet service, which now you can see me and it's not a blurry mess. And I can download videos much easier. Well, with my old company, I had their service 14 days. So I took the $82, and I divided it in half and paid them half. They sent me a balance for the other half, and they said they don't prorate. If you are any part of a month, you pay the whole month. I got angry at them, and I told them, the electric company doesn't charge me for a whole month. The gas company and the water company don't charge me for something I didn't use, and that really bothered me. And I was kind of curious. What your thoughts are on this. You're just learning how to use the Yahoo group, Patty. And you know what? If you have any questions you need to ask us, and you can send emails to me or whatever, and I'll try to help you anyway. It's just nice because we can go there. It's like Pat, our North Carolina Pat, we'll have to call him Maine Pat, North Carolina Pat. She was able to put some pictures of her daughter's wedding there, and it's just nice. We feel kind of like I call us the sisterhood of the traveling quilts if we ever send a quilt to travel, but it's just really nice. So, Bonnie says they don't have any good-looking firemen around her. Oh, we'll have to send you one of ours. If we have any to spare, we'll send you one of ours. So, And you can see Kiwi. And if I can grab Kiwi a little bit later, I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can zoom in on Kiwi. Kiwi's tail feathers are coming in and they're gorgeous. There's so many of them. Now I realize why she was in such bad shape that day, because she lost a mess of them. Kiwi. Whoops. Oh, that's good. She's pointed. Look. She's pointed the right way. Let's see how close. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to make y'all nauseous. Do you see all those new tail feathers coming in? So she was kind of bratty this week. And my daughters were saying, well, why do you think she's acting that way? And I said, because she's teething. It's got to be, they say it's uncomfortable because those feathers come. Do you see the white dots? That's the keratin sheaths that the feathers come through the skin with. And they grow quite a bit, and so many coming in at a time. I said, hon, I think it is just like a child teething. So, sorry, guys. Don't mean to make you nauseous. So, anyway. But hopefully you got to see her new tail feathers coming in. I was talking to Mark. Oh, her colors would make a pretty quilt. And she's a green sheet conure, but her head is a cinnamon color, they call it. And it's just a mutation. It doesn't change anything about the bird, just a mutation. And but I was talking to Mark today, about 3 weeks ago is when she got attacked. Well, and I think attacked is kind of overstating it. Scared out of her tail feathers? That's a good one. But I said, that bird, I tell you what, I didn't know if she was going to make it. I mean, she was just laying down and her eyes were closed. She was shaking. And I think that we did the right thing by putting her in a dark room with a heating pad. And then I made her, some egg. And I told Mark, egg has everything in it a baby bird needs to grow. It's bound to help her. And she still gets a hard-boiled egg, a piece of one about every couple days. So how many eggs is Melissa up to? Are you getting new eggs, Miss Melissa? I tell you, I enjoy my hard-boiled eggs, and I would love to be in a dark room with a heating pad and a good book. I got everything I need then. Bonnie is a hoot, isn't she? I love y'all. Every time I get off here after a Sunday, it's like so much fun. So, okay. I got a couple more things, and Melissa, if you're there, we want to hear about your eggs. Oh, yeah. Who here? You're either a mayonnaise lover or a mustard lover. Have you ever noticed that? I'm more of a mayonnaise lover. With age, I'm getting to enjoy mustard in the right places. All right. Last night I started something. And it is the latest craze for this year's Christmas. And I live not far from Old Salem Village. And Old Salem Village, Winston-Salem was two cities, Winston and Salem. And at some point they decided to merge them. And people always say, well, what came first, the cigarette or the town? The town did. And then the cigarettes were named after them. And we have a lot of versions of Reynolds or Reynold. And like Ronaldo is a road that you use to get to my house. Ronaldo Village, all that. And that was from the extremely rich and influential Reynolds family who settled here to make cigarettes. And it used to be that not too far from here, when they were making cigarettes that day, you could smell the tobacco everywhere. And, being from Virginia and being a history buff, I kind of like the smell of tobacco, but I can't stand anything to do with cigarettes. So, the reason I'm telling you this whole convoluted story, you've seen, there was a cartoon that had this little boy whose mother would say, go put your socks on. And it would show the little boy going out and around the neighborhood to pet a dog and do this and then back in and get his sock on. That's me. When I tell a story, watch out. I mean, who knows where I'm going to wind around. But, oh yeah, we blabber here. Oh, she is a very sweet bird. Yes. My daughter, and please ask anything. We love you to blabber. We love you to write all this stuff, because honestly, I couldn't fill up this time without your chatter and without your questions and comments. And I love that. And I hope y'all do too. I honestly love this more than I love making videos, because we kind of can contact each other. And, it gets harder and harder in this fast-paced world to make connections with people. It's like everybody walks around with their phone, but are they really connected to anyone? So to me, this is just a lot of fun, and it's really, really good for me. So, yeah. So, how did you know I was going to talk about Moravians? You're so good. Or did I already mention the Moravian Star? Okay. So, in Old Salem, a group came that were Moravians. It's like, isn't it? Busy Pat can tell me, because she's only half an hour away from me. And I think they were from an area in Germany, and they came over. Oh, your husband was Moravian. They have Moravian Baptist churches. They have, around here, they're known for their wonderful, delicious cookies and their chicken pies that are dreamy. Just chicken, gravy, and a pie crust. Yum. We have two little villages, Bethania and Bethabara, and that had a high concentration of Moravians, and Old Salem. And, oh, good. So do I. I love conversation. I have never tried. I would think the Moravian tea would come through there. Yeah. I don't know. I have to learn more. I've only been here 14 years. It's about time I learn. But if you type in on your computer, Moravian Star ornament, the new thing, and I'll make sure I put it in the bottom after we chat. I was thinking about trying to find it. Well, maybe I can. But I am making Moravian Star ornaments. I started last night, and it was so much fun. I tell you the truth, so much fun. And let me see if I can find this. Oops. Moravian. Aha, free pattern. So it's on the AQS blog. All right, I'm going to try something, ladies. I'm going to turn my laptop so you can see the website, and I will type in the website. Don't worry. Okay, are you ready? I am so excited about making these. Whoops, let me get this out of the way. But it's the AQS website. See those ornaments? So that I want everyone in my family to get one from me. So that I really should have started in July, but it is what it is. So now I'm going to come back to y'all, and I'm going to give you the website. And it's a free tutorial. And let me get this copied and pasted, and then I'll tell you more about it. All right, copy. Okay. And paste and enter. There you go. There's the website. Now, the woman who did the tutorial talked about buying her papers because they're made from 60-degree 1-inch diamonds. Here is that. Okay? And you take and you put, I cut out fabrics. Right now I'm trying striped fabrics to see how unique that would be. And you center, I put it like cut the fabric a 1/4 inch bigger. I fussy cut so I could get the stripes linear with the diamond. Then I took a fine paintbrush and I put a little white glue around the edge or right on the edge of the paper. And then I fold them in on the glue, and then they look like this. And see the back where they're glued. See? And this is something that is so easy to do at night while you're watching TV. I mean, just piece of cake, and the glue makes the edges go down like nothing. Now then I haven't gotten that far. I've just gotten to that point, and here is another pattern I'm doing. I'm using the stripe first, but I bought Christmas fabric, so you can see how I glued in, and then cut any excess fabric to get it out of the way. So I've got this. And somehow you put them together like this, I think. Maybe it's like this, and you slip stitch the edges. But, I'm thinking, I wonder how hot glue would do. So, but some Kiwi flew off. Kiwi! I tried to have her wings clipped yesterday, and he wasn't there again. 4 times I've been to that shop, and no wing clips yet. I'm getting frustrated. I might just go on YouTube and find a way to do it myself. But anyway, so somehow you sew them together, and I don't even know. Yeah, like English paper piecing. I don't even know how many it takes. Now, the woman, Kiwi, she's a mess. She might be trying to get to me. Oh, there she is. Hold on, gals. Come here, baby girl. Come here. Come on, baby girl. Want to step up? Come on. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Oh, you're running so fast. Come on. Oh, what a good girl. Come on. Come on. Hold on, guys. She wants Mama to pick her up. So I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. Okay, come here, Dad. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. All right, I got her. We have become very, very attached. I'm back. We have become very, very attached, and I love it. Last night when we were on that, hey, why don't you turn around and say hello? There she is. So, okay. She was trying to get to me. That's so cute. I thought she would kind of jump down the counter and come, but, oh, I know. So when I leave the room, she gets very upset. It's like, you're supposed to be with me. So anyway, I don't know yet how many of the little papers you need. I have no clue. And, so what I was saying is the woman who did the tutorial gave a site where you could go and buy the pieces of paper already 1-inch 60-degree diamonds. But I thought, I'm too cheap. I have cardstock. I keep it for a reason. So I went and typed in free printable 60-degree 1-inch diamond template and found online. And in fact, I should have it. Let me see. Do any of you think that you would like to try this? I love Michelle's emojis. So let me see. Hold on. I should have it in my bookmarks. And because I had to search through several sites to get, a template that was decent. And I thought I would cut them out with my paper cutter, but they were slightly offset. So I cut each one by hand. So, but I wanted to get them just right. All right, quilt. One second, I'm looking down. Whoops. I keep a folder with all my quilt things. So let me get to my folder. Quilt items. Well, I might have to find it in a minute. When I know I'm in a hurry, my eyes, printable paper pieces. Can't leak. No, cancel that. It had a shortcut to the site. I would have lost y'all. So I will get it and put it down below when we're done. But anyway, I'm excited. I told Mark, I've been doing so much retreat work. And I said, last night I found myself smiling because I was doing something just for me, just something simple. So I'm excited. So anyway, and I keep my handy dandy bag. What would we do without baggies? I remember my mother was not going to buy baggies when they first came out, and they might have been a little more expensive or something, but I hated using plastic wrap to wrap my sandwiches. And I can remember before that we just had wax paper. And now I love Ziploc baggies. I can remember with my kids, though, the Ziplocs were a lot more expensive than the fold-over tops. So I mostly bought fold-over tops. So anyway, die cutting machine. Yes, if I had a die cutting machine, that would make it very, very easy. So, okay, we talked about the Moravian Star. Hopefully by next week, I'll have one finished to show you. And, I'll probably do a video of it. Books and fabrics I showed you. Let's, for Mariella, let's show you my Jenny Beyer block of the month. And, okay. All right. No, we don't need to see that. Okay. All right. What I'm going to show you now is all the components. And this, we cut a huge rectangle and then cut it in pieces. And I've got the right side and the reverse of these. And then I have to confess to something. I was making all these by hand and finally said, I just have to get them done. So I finished the last set with the machine. Sorry, but come on. I was busy. So these are mirror images, which means put this way, they're exactly the same. Open them up and it's like, a mirrored image. So, and these, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of 108 pieces just in here, not counting this piece. And this was a fussy cut piece. It wasn't hard, it was just work. Then I showed you this. And now we're supposed to take and put this on it. Let me move back. Okay. So I'm supposed to put this on that side and then these on this side. So it'll make a nice big wedge. And on the website, she shows 18 variations that you could make with those components. 18. But I think this is going to be the one that I make. And remember I told you I knew with those long pieces that it was going to make a star. I knew, with these long center arrows. But I'm going to go back on the website. If you want to see the other variations, you have to go to her video for, I think this is step clue 7. You have to go to her video to see the others, because you can turn everything around, and I don't know yet what she's going to do with the border, because she had us cut this for border. Then she had us cut these borders. And I feel like once I know what the border is going to look like, I can better decide what to do. So this is the teal fabric option. She had 4 colors of options. So I think it's so funny now that Kiwi wants to join. She wants to join our party. But she's turning out to be an amazing, amazing little bird. And the reason I wanted her was because I spend most of my time at home now, and a lot of times sitting at the computer or at the sewing machine, and I just wanted to have a little buddy up here with me. And Gromit's getting much better. At some point, he may actually get close to her. We'll see. But we are working on Leave It, which is my command. It means if you get near her, you're in big trouble, boy. Anyway, but he's calmed down a lot about her, and that's good. All right. Now, I'm going to go back and see what you've had to say. Okay. I would love a die cutting machine. But the good news is about the Moravian Star Little Diamonds is you don't have to order them and wait for them to come in or whatever. You can print them out at home if you have cardstock. If you don't have cardstock, print them out on regular paper and glue them to a cereal box, piece of cardboard, or, just something like that. Or glue a couple pages together. Sonia Johnson is back. Hi, sweetie. I love seeing anybody that's here. Feel free to say hi, because I love seeing these names week after week. I love it, and y'all add so much. Thank you, thank you. Don't worry about being late. There is no late here. In fact, this is a no rule zone. I have to be here on time because I honor the fact that you'll give me to spend time with me. So I have to be on time. But for y'all, there are no rules. Y'all can do whatever you want because I'm just glad you're here. So, in fact, I will be happy when the word should leaves the American vocabulary, because that implies everything negative. So, okay. And we are always tickled to see all of you. You like the English paper piece, Busy Pat. I have never done it, so I'm hoping I'll be good at it. I mean, it looks reasonably straightforward, and I'll just make sure I have some nice neutral thread. I tell you what, I have a love affair with gray thread. I love gray thread. It is the best. It's so neutral and it blends with everything. Now, Sonia, who was my person that is still learning to quilt? I don't know if it was Sonia or maybe it was Melissa. I'm the other Melissa. I don't know if I see her today. But, okay, Mariella is from Kansas City, Missouri, but heart belongs to the South. We just moved back home from Arizona. Wow. So So I guess you moved from Arizona back to Missouri. So that's a big humidity change there. Oh boy, that would take some getting used to. Well, we're tickled you found your way here, and we invite you to join anybody that wants to join our Yahoo site, Our Time to Quilt Yahoo site. We would love that. And oh, yes, we did use the wax paper on the hot slides. Oh my God, I love this. Bonnie and I are the same age, so we kind of remember the same thing. I can remember waxing that slide. Oh my gosh! Then, or sometimes I was silly enough to sit on the wax paper and go down the slide. Oh my gosh, you would zoom off the end of the slide right on your bum and winded yourself and got up and did it again. Oh my gosh. Who liked the thing? Remember you got on this thing that turned around and so you would run along beside it, then jump up on it and it would spin like a top. Oh, that thing would make me a little nauseous, but one thing I never liked, teeter-totters. Just oh gosh, what are they called? A person sits on each end and they go up and down. And I hated that because inevitably somebody I'm sitting on there opposite from would let it hit the ground. Merry-go-round. That's the thing that went round and around. Oh, what do you need help with, Sonia? I will be glad. I love trying to find stuff. But what are the seesaw? Thank you. Oh gosh, I hated it when somebody, instead of catching it and pushing it back up, would just let it hit the ground and it would jar you. I hated that. Teeter-totters or seesaws. Yep. Those were some amazing toys. You don't have anything like that at playgrounds nowadays. I think they figured somehow they were too dangerous. It's like, oh, please. So one time as an adult, I got on one of those newfangled little animals on a big spring, and I kind of went back and forth a little bit and thought, that's not any fun. So getting to the group. Sonia Johnson, you want to mean get to the Yahoo group? Were you one of the people I sent an invitation to? And just so anyone knows. Ooh, yes, please. We love, 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 love pictures. On our Yahoo group, you can make your own folder. You can put pictures of anything you want on there. La Pasagalia. Oh boy, that's a tough word. That's a tough one. It sounds beautiful. Okay, so Sonia needs help. Did you got my invitation then, Sonia? And once you get the invitation, then you accept, and then it usually bounces to me. Okay, and what, guys, I don't get the invitations, I send them. When you get an invitation to join the Yahoo group, do you either accept or say, I want to join? And you know what, Sonia, if you want, I can resend it too, if it's getting you confused. Let me write it down so I won't forget, Sonia. Okay. You accepted. Okay. Now, this brings me to another point. Some of you I've noticed have on there that let me see if I can find. Hold on one second, sweetie. Some of you have on get the messages as they come in. What I usually prefer is a daily digest, but it's entirely your choice. Okay, so I have a Yahoo group. Let me bring it up. All right. Okay. Mhm. All right, here we go. Sonia, this might help. There. Now, hopefully, you can click on that link and go right to the Yahoo group. And then what you do is you decide, I don't know if you click on membership and you go and decide, do you want attention, don't you? You decide if you want to get Daily Digest or get um, the messages as they're posted, and it's whatever you wish because it's your idea. This time in my life, it has to be something I want to do, or I don't have to do it. That's the nicest thing. Ah, you have to be logged into your Yahoo account. That makes sense. Am I stuttering? Oh, my mind gets going so fast that sometimes I just love her new tail feathers coming in. Oh, that's my girl. That's my girl. Upstairs, I'm teaching her to go potty in her cage. So when she has to go, I put her in a cage and say, go potty. And she backs up, does her business, and then she steps back up onto my hand and comes back out with me. Do you need to go potty? Huh? Do you need to go potty? Huh? I'm glad, though, that they are kind of a little bit more controlled about their bathroom. Okay. All right. Um, this live stream that we do today is different from our Yahoo group. And Mariella, if you would like to join us, we'd love to have you in the group. And this, send your email, or email me at archive to quilt at TW. I'm typing in the address. So there, if you send an email to that address right there, I'll have your email address so I can send you an invitation to the Yahoo group. And it's wonderful because the ladies share free patterns. If you ever need help, you have a question, you never know who of us are going to be on the site at any point, and we can answer your questions for you. And it's just kind of nice. We call ourselves, the sisterhood of the not yet traveling quilt. But one day we'll do some kind of mail exchange, and it will truly be the sisterhood of the traveling quilt. So, yeah, Mariella Barnes, if you send an email to that email address I just keyed in, then I will send you an invitation. You hit accept, and you should be able to go to the Yahoo group and join in. So, don't have a Yahoo account. Now, I don't know if you I have had a Yahoo account forever, and I don't get any emails to it. I just went in and signed up for something just so I could have a Yahoo account. So I don't know if, yeah. Well, if you send an email to this address right here, then I will send you an invitation directly from the group. And don't give up on us. If you have a problem getting into the site, remember we'll be here every Sunday. And except on November 17th, we're going to do a live stream from the retreat. So I can't wait. Oh, I've got opinions on that one, Miss Bonnie. Hmm. Okay. So Sonia, okay, I will send you another. In fact, I've got the site up. Let me do it right now. Okay, hold on just a second, girls. Um, what was I getting ready to say? I was looking at something. Um, okay. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm almost there. Manage invitations. All right, sweetie. It says you're an existing member. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to cancel your membership just for a moment and invite you again. All right, where are you? Hmm. Hmm. I don't see you in here. Hmm. This is weird. I tell you what, after you got my email address, after we do this today, I'll take the time and see if I can't find you, okay? All right, so traveling irons. Oh my gosh. I've got an opinion for you, girlfriend. I had an iron that I bought back in the 90s, and it was a Black & Decker travel iron with a folding handle, and I loved it dearly. And I used that thing for over 20 years. Hey, Mark. I used that thing over 20 years, and it finally died on me. I was so sad when it died because what I loved about it, it was less than 800 watts, and it got hot super fast. And you could put water in it, and it was just the perfect little size. You know, it was about this big, you know. And I looked up all kinds of other irons, and I just didn't like them. I didn't like the ratings that they got. So what I did is I went on eBay and I typed in vintage travel irons, Black & Decker, and they had like some had a little brown folding handle, some had like a blue or purple folding handle. And I found one on there. I made sure to look at the sole because I didn't want to get something that was beaten up or used too much. And if the sole looked pretty clean, a lot of people bought these and tucked them away, never used them. I always thought they were going to travel. They didn't, or at least when they traveled, they didn't use them. So I bought one for about $20, I think it was. Got it in. It was wonderful. Mark said, I'd buy another one if I were you. He said, go ahead while you can get one and get another one. And then that way I shouldn't have to worry about irons for the rest of my time. So I wish I had it. I know it's down here somewhere. I'm just not sure where. But I can even take a picture or find it on Bonnie. I'll find a picture of it on eBay. But like I said, just make sure that the sole doesn't look too messed up. Ah, look what Mark is bringing for Kiwi. Thank you, sweetheart. This is the traveling new Kiwi Jungle Gym. I love it. Oh my God, it's so sturdy.
It's a little obscure. I mean, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
It's going to tip.
I'll be real
I'd be afraid, but anyway.
All right, thank you.
Hi, all. Hi, all.
He said, hi, y'all. But upstairs, between my frame room and the living room, I didn't want to have to carry her cage everywhere, and I want to soon put her in her big cage, which can't be moved everywhere. So, what did Melissa suggest? Oh, good, tell me. Steam fast. Aha. Good. Now, I like that. I like that. So, Sonia, I will work this out with you. Don't worry. Today, we talked about doing paper piecing. And do you want to help? Is that what you're trying to do? I think she wants to help. And She's excited. She's excited about her new. See, upstairs, she has her giant cage. It is a little tippy. We'll have to figure that out. But look at your new thing. Look. Oh, she doesn't like it right now. But it's got a ladder and a swing and stuff upstairs I'll have to put on it. But what do you think? Isn't that cool? But this way I can put her on it during the day and take her into my frame room and then take her into the living room and won't have to have a cage there. So he went to Home Depot, and this is, it's big as a baseball bat. And then, it's a little heavy. And then on Amazon, I got this rolling base for it. But that's pretty awesome. Okay. I'm going to put the bird up, and then I'm going to get my paper piecing rulers, and I'll be right back. All right. Birdie, you need to go back on your thing. Come on. Go back. All right. Good girl. You need to go potty. Go potty. Okay. Let's see. All right. Get all my supplies. All right. So, ladies, we're going to do a tutorial on paper piecing. I don't know how many of you have done paper piecing, but it's very, very simple. I have, let me see, I hope, oh, good. I bought the top part, Jungle Jim. This one on the counter, I actually made 9 years ago for a bird I used to have. And I was so cheap back then. I didn't buy anything. I made everything. But this time, I said, I'm going to need another one of those, one for downstairs and one for upstairs, so I don't have to carry them all the time. And I found the new little one for $20-some on eBay, free shipping. I ordered that puppy fast. So, I think I told you I have some new fabric coming from my new grandson. So, but anyway, I went on my EQ8. I have EQ8. I've worked up, I started out with EQ5, then got 6, 7, 8. And I love it because I can make any quilt at any time. I'm no good with graph paper. And so here's what I printed out. I hate the thought. I've never made a pineapple because I hate the thought of making a pineapple. And so, but with paper piecing, it's easy. So, you need something that is smaller, but you get the point. So, anyway, what you do with paper piecing, see, paper piecing is wonderful. If I ever make a New York Beauty, did y'all know that it's called a New York Beauty because it's supposed to be the Statue of Liberty's crown? I never knew what that meant, and somehow when I was studying for something, I found that information. I went, makes sense, a New York Beauty. Okay. Oh, got to clean off my mat. All right, so what I did, and if you're doing paper piecing, you would find something like this. What I always do when I start out, first thing I do is take it, come down just a touch, take it on the side with the lines and fold this paper. Because see, I've tried newsprint, rips too easily. I'm too cheap to buy the paper that people recommend for it, but I've heard it's amazing. But I'm too cheap. I just can't imagine with all the paper piecing I do ordering it and paying that much for it. I can get a mess of paper from my printer for just $3 from Walmart. So, but this is the difference, and I've got to tell you. if you get the paper that's made for paper piecing, it's lighter weight. It's a little more see-through, I think, but it tears easily. So what I do, since I'm too cheap to buy the real stuff, sorry, Carol Doak, I love you, but I just am too cheap. I fold on every line, okay? And I just take my fingernails and run across the fold. So let's see if you can see what I'm doing. See how I fold it? And this is important for two reasons. It makes tearing the paper off after you're done with it that much easier. But also, paper piecing is kind of done backwards. So, in fact, do any of you who have paper piece find that if you haven't done it for a while, that when you start, you're all backwards? It's like it takes a little bit to kind of get into the swing of it. So, anyway, it's easier if I lay it on the table and fold it and just run my fingernails across. What I went to get that I could show you were these. And when I first learned paper piecing, this was how Carol Doak recommended. It was, here's the little ruler, and this is the add a quarter ruler. These rulers have a ridge right there. So you can slide your paper up to that, and then when you cut along this line, you've added a 1/4 inch. So she recommended using a postcard to do it, and I'll show you why in a minute. So this is the add a quarter 12 inch, the add a quarter 6 inch. And I used a very heavy postcard and used packing tape and covered it with packing tape to make it last a long time. And then once I learned how to do it, I didn't use them anymore. So I've got the hiccups now. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to quickly fold a couple more lines so we, keep talking though, keep talking. So, I know it's got to be really boring. It's like I didn't tune in to watch you fold paper. So, I just crease them on all these lines. Now, one of the reasons I crease them, not just because I'm compulsive, Bonnie, it is so when you place your fabric and get ready to, when you place your fabric, you place it on this side, not the side with the lines that you can see. So the problem is, without the creases, it's a little harder to see exactly where to place the fabric. So by going along and creasing it, number one, it makes it easier to tear the paper off, and number two, it helps you see where to place your fabric. All right, and you'll see in a minute why we need those rulers. I think I've just about done enough that we can see where we go. All right, now, I was looking for glue. I forgot to get my glue. All right. I'm so lucky. I thought since it's not yet Halloween, I'm going to use the Halloween pepper. And some sweet little angel sent me this beautiful fabric. And I thought, perfect, I'll use it today. So with paper piecing, please listen to this advice. If you have never listened to me and you decide you never want to listen to me again, that's okay. Just listen this time. Because what I'm going to tell you is overcut the size fabric you think you're going to need to paper piece. Me being so frugal or cheap or whatever you want to call me, I have gotten myself into trouble so many times by paper piecing because I didn't want to waste fabric. Well, you know what? I waste a lot of things. I forgot to get the rebate for the deck paint. Okay, that was $40. I waste a lot of things. I think I can afford to waste a little bit of fabric. That is my prerogative. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I have to save aluminum foil for further use, okay? So I'm going to give myself permission to waste fabric. And if you tell yourself that, you'll be so much happier and you'll make less mistakes on paper piecing. So do not try to outwit the designer and, try to waste nothing. It's okay. Put it in your scrap bag, and one day, like me, you'll love appliqué, and you'll have plenty of scraps in that bag. All right. So the first piece, do you see A1? It's right here. That surprised me. I thought the first piece would be the center block, but I'll do what they tell me to do. So I need a square. Oh, let me see. This is so much fun. And it doesn't take that much. So I thought I'll still have plenty of this fabric to make something really cool with. So I'm looking for fabric for the square. And because I've got to have the square kind of in place to get or have it ready to put in place. All right. So I want you to look how good I'm being. See the size square it says you need? Well, look what I cut out. Nice and big. Yay, Deb. Okay. Now the first little piece, I know what fabric I'm going to use. And I'll go ahead and cut off a little bit of this fabric. Okay. And usually I cut hunks and okay. Now, so it says to put A1 on first. The reason I was looking for glue, and I'll show you what size piece I've cut for this triangle here. So it's big enough that it more than covers it, because trust me, some of the angles when you paper piece are folding it back over, all of a sudden you realize, there's a problem. So see how this is going to go here? Normally I would take a glue stick or a little dot of Elmer's glue and glue it in place, because sometimes the pieces are so small that you don't want to hit it with your sewing machine needle. But what I'm doing, since it is small, I'm going to put a little tiny applique needle there. Hopefully I won't hit that. So now, the first piece you ever do on a paper piece, you pin it, glue it, staple it, whatever in place. Okay? Then you take piece number 2, and guess what? I just put it on the wrong side after telling you. See? I told you. Okay. So now I go back and put it on the blank side. All right, so put it here on the blank side and then carefully put the pin so I'm not on the sewing line. Okay, this is correct, okay? And a lot of times you can hold it up to the sun to make sure that that piece covers exactly where it needs to go. And by doing that, I saw I was a little close to one of the lines. So I'm going to come back and pin it again. But what I do is I just hold it up to the light. And when I hold it up to the light, I can see through. In fact, I think you can, whoops, on this. Can you see through? The fabric is right back here. So if you hold it up near a window, you can say, oh, good, it covers it. Okay. So then I come back and I take this piece. Take this piece and I put it right sides together, which means right side down against this pretty right side. And I put it right there, covering the piece. And it's not where the square says to put it. It's off to the side. Okay? Now, I'm going to bring the camera around so you can watch me sew in peace. Hold on, sorry.